One company called Capsula Mundi has devised an interesting new burial method that would allow a person's deceased body to be used as a seed for a tree. The idea was devised and implemented by Italian designers Anna Citelli and Raoul Bretzel, who sought out to develop sustainable burial methods that are a bit more aesthetically pleasing than the traditional headstones or mausoleum chapels. Capsula Mundi has designed specially made egg-shaped pods that will act as a seed, and the person's body will actually fit inside of the pod. Once the body is in the burial pod, in the fetal position, the pod will then be placed in the ground and a tree will be planted over the top of it. The burial pod is entirely biodegradable and is made from a starch plastic, according to the designers. The company says that the biodegradable shell and the person inside will eventually decompose and transform into nutrients, which will then be absorbed by the tree. This idea is currently just in the prototype phase and is not a service that is officially for sale on the market just yet. There are still some final design and regulation obstacles that the company must overcome. Italy, where the company is based, has some very strict burial laws which have presented somewhat of a challenge for the designers. However, Capsula Mundi is already in the funeral business, and currently offering a biodegradable urn which works in a very similar way to the proposed tree pod, only in that case, the ashes are contained in the pod. Regulatory approval for the ash pod was much easier to acquire for the company, considering that the matter of the human body is handled by the crematory, while accepting approval to place human beings in the ground in this manner has proven to be more difficult. The company has suggested that if this idea were to become widely accepted in the future, graveyards could become vibrant forest areas filled with animal life, instead of gloomy fields filled with tombstones as we have today. What do you think of the burial pod idea? Is this a positive evolution of tradition and a welcome change to the funeral industry? What people say about this new idea?
I love this. I've always said I want to become a tree once I die. I've explained to my loved ones about my burial, decomposing and fertilizing a tree which will enable me to live and breathe forever. This is such a beautiful concept.
I really believe in your project and the way you plan on changing the world and how we say goodbye to our relatives. It's just amazing.
Would you be willing to have your burial in one of these things? If you like this video, please share it. Your friends might be interested too.